It's official, Fortnite Season 6 is releasing on Tuesday, March 16th, and with it we'll be seeing new map changes, weapons, crossovers, and more. We even have a new type of live event we'll talk about in a second, so without further ado, welcome to everything we know about Fortnite Season 6. And if you're excited for the new season and don't want it to get delayed, smash like, and if you use code T5G when buying the Battle Pass, let us know, as we're gonna shout out some people in a future video. But let's jump straight into it with number 10. So yes, we've gotten our first official announcement for Season 6 from the mouths of Epic Games themselves. In a brand new blog post, they revealed that Season 5 will not be delayed and we're going to be dropping into the season in just under a week. Get ready because we'll be playing Season 6 on Tuesday, March 16th. But it gets even cooler because Epic even confirmed that the second you log into the game, you'll actually be playing a live event. This is the first time that we're getting a live event on day one of a season, and it's going to be a playable experience. Now, we don't know exactly what will be in this event, but it's called the Zero Crisis, and it's apparently going to be the conclusion of Season 5's entire storyline. Epic says that when you first launch into the new season, you'll play through the conclusion of Agent Jones' mission in the Zero Crisis finale. The aftermath of this event is sure to shape reality as we know it. So it sure seems like we're going to be playing a huge storyline event, and then it's going to throw us right into a match of Season 6 on the updated map. And because of this, I am so excited to see the conclusion of the Hunter storyline. I think we were all pretty bummed out when we heard that we weren't getting a live event this season, but it looks like we're getting the next best thing. And the storyline doesn't end with that. In fact, we're going to get more storyline than ever, even the explanation for how the Fortnite Island works. And all of this will come from number 9, the Season 6 DC crossover. So Season 6 will bring a new crossover to Fortnite, but in a way we haven't really seen before. DC has announced that it's going to be working with Epic Games for Season 6 on a brand new comic book called Batman Fortnite 0 Point. This is an official crossover comic book that's going to be a tie-in between Batman and Fortnite, and it's going to involve Batman going to the island and losing his memory. According to Donald Mustard, we're actually going to learn how the island and the loop works in this comic. In the story, Batman will end up learning how to escape the loop along with some other Fortnite characters, but it'll be more than just a crossover by name. There are also going to be some skins coming out over the course of Season 6 to fit in with the comic. So to kick it off, the first issue will include a code for an exclusive Harley Quinn outfit, and if you own every single issue, then you get a code for Armored Batman Zero outfit. We don't know what the final version will look like, but here's our first look at the new Batman. There's also a leak for a possible Deathstroke skin that may be available with one of the issues based on descriptions. It gets even.
Watch live TV from 85 plus top channels with YouTube TV. Try 2 weeks free.
If you're a gamer, this can get you awesome deals on gaming. Capital One Shopping is a free extension that helps you snag deals.
Even cooler though, because according to Donald Mustard, the comic will happen in real time as Season 6 progresses. So basically, what happens in the comic is probably also going to happen in game. For example, Batman's skin will change in-game, and DC characters will be coming through rifts like Harley. But enough about that, I'm sure a ton of us are terrified of a third crossover season in a row. So let's talk about number 8, which are new Season 6 NPCs. There have been a ton of leaks recently about Fortnite and what we could see in Season 6, and it looks like some changes to NPCs are right around the corner. If this leak is true, then it might mean that NPCs are going to survive beyond Season 5 and are going to be more essential than ever. Basically, in Season 6, you might actually be able to sell your loot to NPCs for additional gold. We don't know much about it, but we do know that once you sell your loot, the NPCs will do the Make It Rain emote and you'll get roughly the same amount of gold as it takes to buy the weapon upgrades. Although it's unclear if we're even going to see NPCs in gold like the whole system when we move into Season 6. I guess only time will tell. We're only 1 week away though, so I guess we'll find out soon. Something we know much more about though is number 7, Fortnite and Fall Guys. So if you didn't know by now, Epic Games actually recently acquired a new company, and it's none other than the developers of Fall Guys, Mediatonic. This is pretty much a guarantee that a crossover is coming soon. In fact, it actually already got leaked. If you don't remember, when Epic Games acquired Psyonix, the developers of Rocket League, we got Rocket League themed cosmetics in Fortnite, as well as Fortnite stuff in Rocket League. And it looks like Epic might do the same thing, as data miners have actually found 5 Fortnite skins inside of the Fall Guys files, which confirms that a Fortnite Fall Guys crossover is indeed happening. And so now we wait to see if some Fall Guys items will appear in Season 6, which is probably gonna happen. And so is number 6, which are weapon attachments and abilities. So there was a major leak a few months ago which completely went viral in the community. Some data miners basically found files inside of a Fortnite update that talked about weapon mod slots and upgrades. Weapon attachments have been a heavily demanded feature ever since the early days of Fortnite, so now that we know they're in the works, it's very possible we could see them as early as Season 6. Being able to customize your weapons is going to help reduce RNG in the loot pool and make the game feel really fresh and different every single time. I kinda like it. And Epic are taking it one step further too, with number 5, vehicle weapon attachments and tires. So just as I mentioned weapon and items being able to get modded with new attachments, Epic are also working on ways to upgrade vehicles and tweak them with new features. Soon you'll be able to swap out the tires on your vehicles so they work on different terrains. Yeah, no more struggling to get up a dirt hill in a taxi or getting all your tires shot out.
Nobody can stop me. 6ix9ine will do whatever to be famous.
He would put his life at risk.
Because this will make things a lot easier. You also get to add things onto your vehicle just like a mounted turret, and it's gonna be insane. Not everything is as serious as a turret though, because this is Fortnite after all, and that's where this Season 6 item comes in. Just wait for number 4, the gas flopper. So yeah, brand new flopper in the files. As you know, in Season 5, we got a ton of new fish to eat, but Season 6 is gonna bring us one more, and it's called the gas flopper. We don't know exactly what this flopper is gonna do, but leaks have given us a very funny first look at the item. Take a listen to the sounds of this thing. Yeah, so we're getting a fart flopper in Fortnite. And it's probably coming as soon as next season. I really can't wait to see what this thing does, whether it'll work as a stink bomb or something else. I gotta say, I'm excited, but not as excited as I am about number 3, which is the upcoming Family Guy collab. So there was an extra large skin animation that was added in the files in a recent Season 5 update, and a lot of people speculated that this might belong to Thanos and that he's returning. To help you understand, each Fortnite character has a different size, so Big Chuggus and Midas are different sizes. Big Chuggus is obviously bigger, where Midas is obviously smaller. And there's only one skin that's considered extra large, which is Thanos, so everyone's like, oh, Thanos is coming back. However, with a later patch, data miners actually found a back bling belonging to a skin with some very odd textures on it, and it basically debunked the whole Thanos thing. The textures belong to a television screen, and they show Peter Griffin fighting the chicken in a famous scene from Family Guy. We don't know what this means or why Epic even decided to add it into the files, but it has to be more than meets the eye. Epic even went through the trouble to edit the blood out of the scene, so clearly they intend to use it in the game. Maybe we'll see a Family Guy crossover in Season 6, but only time will tell. And speaking of time, we have to talk about number 2, which are old POIs returning. For all of Season 5, we've been seeing a few POIs from Chapter 1 return around the island in their original positions. Unfortunately, we haven't gotten as many lately, but this pattern might actually bleed into the next season. We have lots of hints towards Lucky Landing returning and actually merging with Misty Meadows, and if this is true, we could even see more old POIs in Season 6. But just before our final spot, we have to cover our honorable mention, which are rideable wolves. If you didn't know, fellow Fortnite YouTuber Tabor Hill, he's always been a reliable source for leaks in the last few seasons of Fortnite. But usually, the leaks have been for Fortnite in general rather than specific seasons. Anyway, the point that I'm trying to get at, in Season 4, Tabor claimed that Season 5 would actually have tameable wolves and some kind of chicken skin in the Battle Pass. And as we know, neither of these things happen, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it won't happen in general. Tabor has a really good reputation. It's highly likely that we could see these wolves and chicken skin in Season 6 instead. Think about it. If we're able to tame and even maybe ride wolves, it will make things very interesting as we move on to the next season. I can't wait. And speaking of NPCs, what you've all been waiting for, number 1 spot, upcoming NPCs to expect in Season 6. There are 3 upcoming NPCs in the works right now that have yet to release on the Fortnite island, and their code names are very interesting. One of the NPCs is nicknamed Labrador, with the other one called Umami. We have no idea what these are, but the third and final one is named Marigold. As you know, Marigold is a brand new skin, aka female Midas, that just released in Fortnite a couple days ago. So with Marigold in the works as an NPC, it could mean that she might play an even bigger role in Season 6. We got quite a few pieces of storyline this time around with the NPCs like Bunker Jonesy and Ruckus, but if we get even more next season, it's gonna get interesting. But that's all we have for Season 6. Make sure to click on screen right now to check out our next video, and use code T5G in the item shop if you want to support us. Thanks so much for watching. This has been Tommy, and you're watching Top 5 Gaming.
Did you know if you drop a like and subscribe in the next 5 seconds, nothing will happen but it will put a giant smile on my face? Fortnite Chapter 2 Season 5 officially only has 7 days remaining of it being the current season, so make sure before it ends you get into level 225 or as close to it as possible. Lucky enough for me, I unlocked the 0 Point Menace style before it goes, and speaking of it going, what's next? Well, obviously the Fortnite Chapter 2 Season 6 update, and in today's video, considering there's been so many leaks, whether it's recent or things from the past that are now making a forefront appearance, and with Fortnite themselves revealing perhaps a collaboration in collaboration season itself next being Marvel x DC, be potentially, as they've not only confirmed that DC will be playing a large role in this next season in terms of changes on the island, but with them also putting out there so many Ant-Man storyline secrets and how he's involved or perhaps been on the island longer than expected, I figured we couldn't leave this video any longer today. So for that reason, make sure you're sticking around and watching the full thing. Whilst you're sat back relaxing too, don't forget to hit the big red button as we're posting intel-based videos for Season 6 on the lead up to it, and so much content when the new season releases, and 70% of you aren't subscribed. This, believe it or not, is a big deal as I give 5 subscribers every single day, and that means if you're not subscribed, you're one of the 70% of people that aren't eligible to receive a gift, which will include tons of Season 6 Battle Passes every single day when it releases. And considering I'm able to do this, I ask you guys for one favour in return, and that's to enter code FRIENDTHEMACHINE right now inside the Fortnite item shop. As an Epic partner, this is
By advertising on YouTube, I catch the eye of my ideal customers at the right time. I can
literally the best thing you can do to support me as a creator, and if you let me know down below in the comments that you're using my code, your comment could not only receive a heart but be shown on screen like these amazing subscribers in the very next video. But of course it doesn't just stop there in terms of being shown on screen. If you want to be shown gifted perhaps even in the very next video too, make sure you subscribe into the channel with all notifications turned on and then comment your Epic Games ID down below, so perhaps, like I said, one of these lucky 5 could be you even in the very next video. But with that said, now let's dive into everything that's going to be updated into the game brand new in the 16.00 or Chapter 2 Season 6 updates. Okay, so the first thing to mention, despite Season 6 releasing on the 16th of March, as it's not going to be delayed with this update 16.00 Season 16 or Chapter 2 Season 6, whatever you want to refer to it as, being put onto the staging servers. Believe it or not, Epic Games aren't done with Season 5 yet, as they're actually giving us a free skin or a chance to earn a free skin literally 2 days before this season releases in itself, and this is the Trinity Challenge, only available however to EU players. They tweeted out this today: never stand still and never back down. For all of our EU players out there, we're partnering with 3/Wintray to bring you the Fortnite Trinity Challenge. Get your trio ready for a chance to earn the new Trinity Trooper outfit, and for more details on how you earn this, you need to basically board the battle bus with your trio, play up to 10 matches in 3-hour tournament windows, which obviously will reward the top scoring players in these 10 games or 3-hour period, this outfit with its selectable style. And despite it kind of sucking that this is region locked, don't worry, because there's tons of free things upcoming like the PlayStation Celebration Pack, this very cheap and new starter pack bundle in Season 6, but most importantly, in case you forgot, the Battle Pass, as yes, the Fortnite Crew subscription, if you're still subscribed this month anyways, when it rolls around March 16th, will award you with this automatically onto your account. I'd say this is kind of a free Battle Pass, considering if you're subscribed for the other months, you're literally just not getting this perk or bonus of a Battle Pass, considering one hasn't released. And in the months themselves that don't contain a Battle Pass release, and it's not like we get V-Buck equivalent on top of the V-Bucks 1000 we already get in the Fortnite Crew subscription anyways. And even if you're not subscribed to this or buying it for 950 V-Bucks or even have a chance of getting it gifted off another player, don't worry, considering 20% of every Battle Pass, believe it or not, in terms of all the rewards contained within it, are 100% free. As you can see on screen right now, here is the example of all the free rewards within the Chapter 2 Season 5 Battle Pass. There's actually 21 here, so I kinda lied when I said 20%, it's 21% in this case. And obviously this is spread evenly between levels 1 and 100, so you'll still need to grind, but it's technically free in terms of money anyways, not the time you put into the game, as there will be a grind to get to level 100 or near there to unlock the last free reward. And whilst we're on the topic now of free rewards but in Season 6 when it releases, as you guys know, we went over this article or piece of news that poured out from Fortnite, Epic Games and Donald Mustard, stating that they're working on a mini comic book series which basically describes on the sidelines how Batman entered the Fortnite universe in Chapter 2 and lost his memories, just like Thor describes in the season.
Need to send money internationally? Download the Western Union app. Available 24/7.
Season 4 Battle Pass trailer? Well, believe it or not, for collecting these published issues, these real-life things, there will be codes inside each of them, all 6 issues, which will not only give us a free reward for each one of those being right now the Rebirth Harley Quinn skin. Yes, this is its own skin, it's not a selectable style for the other, granting us automatically the normal Harley Quinn skin, but this style too. From redeeming all 6 of these free rewards within each issue anyways, we'll get an additional subtotal reward being Armored Batman Zero as a skin. And again, yes, this won't be a style for that already included included Batman skin that has a selectable style already. It will be its very own skin, and here's a concept right now of what people believe this to look like before it releases. However, obviously this is just a concept. And despite this being very convenient for the Fortnite universe, as the 0 point is destabilizing now, obviously ready to explode or getting ready more so by the day, with it pulsating more frequently as we draw close to the release of Season 6, basically also confirming that it's either going to be exploding or something's going to be happening with it that ultimately shakes up the Fortnite universe of Chapter 2. It may be just coincidence or highly likely not that this Fortnite Batman 0 point story has now just been introduced or been known to us, the Fortnite community. Initially, upon people hearing this, considering we've already had the Marvel-based season entirely with it literally filling the battle pass full of outfits that we know and love from the Marvel universe, so many people were thinking, hey, we're getting a DC-themed complete season like we saw for Chapter 2 Season 4, which would also kind of make sense considering this 6-issue miniseries debuts in print and digitally on April 20th, 2021, which is way after the release of Season 6. And despite the best efforts of Epic Games trying to play this off as if it's just something happening on the sidelines, data miners or people around the community were able to dig further into all of these articles and find this: how 0 point being the name of this comic book or mini issue or whatever you want to call it connects to the game. Even though 0 point is a story being told primarily in comic book form, meaning it's not completely in comic book form, players shouldn't assume that means these events won't be reflected in the game itself. On the surface, 0 point will be adding new Batman themed cosmetics and items into the game, with each print, as we previously mentioned, of the issues including a DLC code, but beyond that, the events of the comic will be reflected in the world of Fortnite as the story plays out, meaning it's directly involved with the lore, storyline, or canon to it, or whatever you want to call it. And despite this telling us DC will be a big part of the next season, it doesn't directly confirm it's going to be the primary theme of the Battle Pass or ultimately its starting route. And with that said, data miners have come out too stating this doesn't confirm that Season 6 will be completely DC themed, and even if you're sick of collabs, believe it or not, this could be a good thing considering some information about the Batman comics right here. The timeline in which the comics will be released is concurrent with the events happening on the island at that time, which basically means there will always be something happening on the island but reflected in the comics, perhaps even teased in them comic books first. And for those who remember what I mentioned at the start of the video, it may be a Fortnite X Marvel and DC based season. This still could be the case, and here's why. And believe it or not, this ties into a bunch of leaks which also should be upcoming with the next seasonal update in terms of things being added, as Hypex tweeted out some highlights of Season 5 leaks that didn't come out yet. The gas flopper fish, which is set to look like this supposedly, the Family Guy collab, which again we found a backblink for in the files, and even textures of the chicken fight once opening this backblink, weapon attachment / abilities, as we had a weapons modification leak a while ago, and my designer for thumbnails actually managed to create this in terms of what that could look like in game. Cars, mounted guns and tires customization, meaning yes, we may be able to create our very own vehicle, and obviously upon entering one in game it equips all of these attachments automatically. Selling loot to NPCs, kind of like we can sell things to the NPCs in Minecraft and get things in return. NPC code names of these guys, these 3 characters anyways, including female Midas, meaning not only are NPCs here to stay and we can visit all of them or find all of them around the island, and that gold will be a staying currency. And considering these NPCs like Bunker Jonesy are teasing the direction of the storyline, particularly indicating that the Polar Peak Monster or the Devourer could be returning at some point, Hypex also linked a paste bin of upcoming dialogue for these particular NPCs and named them of what they'll be saying. The first one being Ragnarok stating, "Strange, you look just like him." Second, Bunker Jonesy, "Hey, don't look at me, I don't know how he got here either." And then Condor, "Keep your head down and your eyes sharp, Huntress." The first two are the most interesting here that we're going to be kind of referring to now, tying in with our Ant-Man themed storyline base, as despite so we initially thought these two things here, like "Hey, don't look at me, I don't know how he got here either," and Ragnarok's speech was referring to the Polar Peak Monster, maybe, just maybe, it could be Ant-Man, as Fortnite now are trying to portray the fact that Ant-Man's been tiny on the island for quite some time, and his suit, because of the storm, has left him at this tiny minuscule size. And without this text in the game right now, we don't know what skin we maybe need to be wearing approaching these characters to make them trigger this particular dialogue, but based off what I'm about to mention now, so make sure you're not going anywhere, it could be Ant-Man, as it seems he is linked into the storyline in a kind of important way. Fortnite tweeted out initially a few hours ago, "Ant-Man was supposed to get here hours ago. According to Captain America's last communication with him, the storm was causing some interference with his suit. He's worried that Ant-Man is stuck ant size somewhere and unable to change back. And despite this just being something fun that Fortnite could have tweeted out to basically compliment the arrival of Ant-Man or promote the skin furthermore, or remind people that it's in the item shop so it's available to buy, like with the Fox Clan tweets that I'm guessing we're going to be hearing a lot more about Fox Clan in Season 6, they followed up with this so far huge string of tweets basically relating to Ant-Man, what he should be doing on the Fortnite island, and hopefully his whereabouts, or if he'll be able to change back to normal size. And speaking of his size, considering there's such a forefront factor of this put out there or teased by Epic Games, being small at the moment, could this mean that in-game now when we go over to Bunker Jonesy, when he states, "Hey, I thought you'd be bigger," he's referring subliminally to Ant-Man? And if so, when this story is concluded or when Fortnite have put out all the tweets, could this also mean that when the 0 point is destabilized enough, Ant-Man may regain his ability to actually change between sizes, goes completely massive and actually saves the 0 point from exploding or puts it back where it originally belonged? After all, when the 0 point is destabilized above the Earth's surface, there's always something gigantic involved with controlling it or ultimately making something happen, whether it's the Polar Peak monster and the Mecha Robot, Galactus, or now even potentially Ant-Man. And considering for the first time ever Fortnite have promoted a skin so much, even in both trailers, not just the Battle Pass one, but this skin hasn't come to the game this season at all, nor in the Battle Pass, could that mean that Agent John Jones is the Tier 1 or Tier 100 skin in Chapter 2 Season 6's Battle Pass? I also guess we're yet to know and we'll have to wait until that time rolls around. An interesting thought though for the end of this season, considering it's confirmed we're not going to be seeing a live event in-game happening, or so we think anyways. Could we be seeing an event that's only mentioned last second, ending off the season and directly leading into downtime, kinda like we saw with Galactus but on a smaller scale? As because I showed at the start of the video, this season is set to end in 7 days, but it doesn't start for another 8 days, meaning in that 12-hour period of where there's nothing going on, this could be downtime from something happening to end off Chapter 2 Season 5. And with that being all for today's video, make sure you subscribe for when that thing happens, if it does leading into the next season, or just make sure you subscribed overall. Whilst you're at it, turn on all notifications, and if you want to save this video for later, if you want to keep referring back to it or enjoyed it, slap a like in it down below. And if you want to stay in the know of everything Chapter 2 Season 6, click on one of these videos on screen right now if you haven't watched them already, as they're full of interesting information, theories, and honestly everything you need to know regarding what's upcoming.
Fortnite Season 6 is just a couple weeks away, and it looks like we may have just gotten our first hint at the theme of the season. How do you feel about a Fortnite Batman or DC season? Yeah, today we covered 10 Fortnite leaks that may just come true. Smash a like and use code T5G in the Fortnite item shop, hashtag ad or whatever. But obviously starting out, we gotta talk about number 10, which is the theme of Season 6. So as we approach the end of Season 5, everyone's beginning to wonder what's in store for us. We're waiting for the live event right now, but it hasn't stopped people from speculating what Season 6's theme might be. And thanks to a brand new announcement, it looks like Epic is possibly teasing it. Just today, Epic and DC announced a brand new comic book series coming in April that will include Batman and Fortnite crossing over. Now, we've had a Batman crossover in the past, however, this comic series is going to be canon and involves Batman being trapped on the Fortnite island and losing his memories. In the announcement, they teased that Batman's going to encounter a ton of familiar Fortnite faces in the comic and might even come across other DC characters as well as people from the multiverse. And this isn't just a one-off thing like Marvel's Galactus comic either. This is a full spin-off series that will have 2 issues every month until July. What I'm trying to say is it's a big deal. Not only is this going to be absolutely huge for the Fortnite storyline, but it might actually be teasing next season's theme. A lot of people now are speculating that this will be a DC-themed season or will have something to do with Batman or revolve around Batman. And a massive secret is that if you buy the comics, you get special codes for a new Harley Quinn skin and an exclusive Batman skin if you buy every single issue. So with that in mind, we could just see this and nothing else, or it could be hinting at a future season. I gotta admit, it's way too early to tell. Right now it's not concrete, but a leak that's got way more evidence behind it is number 9, returning vehicles. A new leak this season has given us some pretty exciting news about fan favorite vehicles. As you know, right now in Season 5, we don't have a wide variety of vehicles to choose from. It's basically just boats and cars. I mean, I guess sharks too if you count those, but that's it. Luckily, you might not have to complain for too long because just recently, Epic Games actually updated some old vehicles, and usually when they update old files like this, it almost always ends with them coming back. So you're probably asking, which vehicles have been updated? Well, for starters, we might see the golf carts making a grand return soon. And sure, the golf carts were super fun, but not as fun as drift boards, which also might be making a comeback to Fortnite. I mean, we haven't seen these things since Chapter 1, so I would kill to be able to do some drift board tricks or drive around a caddy on the new island. Then, last but not least, we also have evidence that the ballers are being updated too, although this
has live sports. Hulu.
Damn, that was dope. But it's Hulu doesn't just have.
This one is pretty controversial. I kinda wonder how ballers would work in Chapter 2 and if they would be annoying as we remember them. Like, how similar are they gonna be to Groot's baller? I guess we might just find out. But coming in at number 8, we have the Family Guy FORTNITE crossover. Yeah, you heard me right, so let's get to explaining. In the last update for Fortnite, leakers in the community were pretty puzzled because Epic Games added a brand new animation in the files that's gonna be for an extra large skin. And well, there's not many characters that have been considered extra large in Fortnite. In fact, there's only one. And that skin is Thanos. So this leak got a lot of attention for people thinking that Thanos might be making a return to Fortnite in the form of a skin or something. But it turns out that theory's been thrown out the window because of some new information. When the new Street Fighter skins were released, a ton of stuff in the files were decrypted, and one of them was actually a file belonging to that of the old French fry codename. The file belongs to a backbling for a male skin, and it's pretty shocking what's in it. I'd rather show than tell. As you can see on screen, this is indeed Family Guy. We have Peter Griffin in the Fortnite files, ladies and gentlemen. Now, some people thought that this might be for an arcade machine backbling, but that wouldn't make sense because no one has reported spotting this in game yet. Not to mention, this is for the leaked French fry set, not Street Fighter, so what I'm guessing is that we might actually see a Family Guy skin or crossover after the Alien one is finished. It is possible for the backbling we could see like the television set from the Family Guy logo, and it plays random clips on it like the one that was leaked. Honestly, that's just my best guess. We're gonna have to see. I mean, why else would we have Peter Griffin in the Fortnite files? I kinda can't believe it's real. And it's almost as funny as number 7, which is the gas or fart flopper. The last update came with a ton of leaks, as we've seen, but none as ridiculous as the gas flopper. According to leakers, we're gonna see a brand new consumable added soon, and it's gonna be a very weird one indeed. Now, at first, when everyone saw the name Gas Flopper, we all thought that it was gonna like refill a vehicle instantly, or maybe give us like a speed boost in our cars. Well, not exactly. The reason that we know that this item isn't gonna be like anything else is because the audio got leaked, and this is it. Yep, it's that kind of gas. We're getting a fart flopper. I'm not gonna lie, I'm really interested to see how this one pans out, if it's just gonna be kind of like stinknades or whatever, but man, this is absolutely insane. But speaking of fun, you have to check out number 6, which is the leaked Peely skin. Every so often, we get leaks that aren't even from data miners or insiders. Instead, we get leaks from Epic Games themselves. I don't know if they do it on purpose or by accident, but it doesn't really matter because it's always great to get some early looks at stuff. And this time around, Epic Games might have leaked an upcoming version of Peely. In a new official screenshot of the Colossal Coliseum, Epic Games hid a sneak peek of the upcoming Roman Peely skin for us. And it definitely looks like we'll be getting a skin version of this statue, and if so, I absolutely can't wait. But if you're more into leaks from data miners instead, we do have an early look at the upcoming skin named Xander, and he looks pretty slick. But a more important skin will be next month's crew pack, so of course let's hop to number 5, which is the March's Fortnite crew pack. We are just a few days away from the end of February, and with it, a new crew pack. And while Epic has already revealed the contents of the pack, leakers have been able to showcase actual gameplay of both the skin and even the new wrap, which looks insane. Here's the skin in lobby, which is pretty cool, but take a look at this wrap. As you can see, every time you fire your gun, the wrap cycles through colors. And I'm definitely equipping this when it comes out. I can't wait. It kind of looks like a Fred the Lulama skin. But from wearing skins to fighting them, you gotta check out number 4, which are unreleased NPCs. I think we can all agree that the NPCs around the map in Season 5 have completely changed the way that Fortnite works, and with Epic constantly making little tweaks to these guys, I'm excited to see if any new NPCs are coming. We also know that these NPCs are slowly becoming the key to solving the Fortnite storyline, so any more information would be amazing. Well, it turns out we might just get what we're hoping for, because leaks have come out which confirm that Epic Games are working on an upcoming Midas NPC. Whether this will be the Midas we all know and love, or maybe a different version of him, we don't know. Some people think it might be the female Midas NPC instead. There are also 2 other NPCs in the works, and their code names are Labrador and Umami. We don't know what these 2 could be. They could be unreleased skins, who knows? But now let's talk about number 3, which is the leaked secret feature. So we've got another one of those leaks that Epic themselves gave to us, but this one is quite different. There's an upcoming feature that's been enabled for players in Germany, and we're just waiting for the rest of the world to get it. It's called Reload V-Bucks, and this lets you pay for just the amount of V-Bucks that you need. So basically, if you are just 100 V-Bucks away from getting a skin, you're not gonna have to buy another 1,000 V-Bucks just to get it. It's a huge money saver for a lot of people, so I'm hoping this releases to countries other than Germany soon. And speaking of features, there's a small feature coming very soon that might just change everything. It's a small addition, but it's gonna shake things up. Long story short, Epic is gonna let anyone in the party cancel matchmaking, not just the leader. So if you're in a lobby and about to join a match, but change your mind at the last second, maybe get a pizza delivered, now you can cancel. It's a small but nice difference, but now for the second to last leak with number 2, bees.
Need to send money internationally? Download the Western Union app. Available 24/7 to over 200.
Yep, you heard me right. Bees are coming to Fortnite. Not in the way you might think, because according to the leaks, these little guys are probably going to be found with a new consumable. A honeypot item has been found in the files for quite a long time, and it looks like these bees might either be flying around the honeypot, or they'll just be props near it. They could act the same way as fireflies, where you can collect them in a jar and use them, but there's no way to tell. We just know that bees are coming as a consumable, and it's apparently going to shake things up. And just before our final leak, we have an honorable mention with Fresh's Locker Bundle. So a ton of people have been getting locker bundles lately, and the train is not stopping anytime soon. It looks like Fresh is going to be the next creator to get a locker bundle, but we don't know yet what's going to be included. So with that news out of the way, let's finish off with number 1, which are upcoming LTMs. There's quite a few LTMs coming to the game, both official ones and creative features. For regular LTMs, there's the Comeback Mode, Rally Royale, and Fog of War, which should be releasing soon. And then some creative maps are going to be receiving LTMs such as Millionaire Tycoon, Survival Simulator, Wall Wars, Hero Royale, and Containment. If you play creative regularly, you probably tried these maps already, but they're pretty good. But that's all we have for leaks today. Make sure to click on screen right now to check out our next video. This has been Tommy, and you're watching Top 5 Gaming. It seems like Epic are dropping hints to what's to come in the future of Fortnite, and while some things seem awesome, like being able to tame wolves, well, it turns out that mechs might actually make a return this season. So today we're showing you 8 Fortnite theories that reveal the future. And if you don't want to see mechs return in Fortnite, make sure you drop a like. There's no coincidence, our first spot talks about mechs and brutes returning. Alright, if you've been to Hunter's Haven anytime soon, or watched our secrets video from last week, you probably remember that we covered a strange mech over in one of the buildings. We talked about it and speculated on who built it, but the main discussion is whether or not these guys are related to the brutes from Chapter 1. If they are, then it means that this is more than just a small Easter egg. This could be a glimpse to the future. I mean, think about it. It is very possible that it means we could see mechs return. I mean, sure, the brutes were just awful in Chapter 1, but with this new updated model, we could see some much needed changes that might make them not as terrible. But probably not, though. Who knows, though? Maybe if we get brutes coming back, they won't have 60 freaking million rockets to fire at you anymore. But our next theory is talking about Midas being a clone of Oro. With Season 5 introducing us to the concept of snapshots, it has answered a lot of questions we've had about the Fortnite storyline. Snapshots are essentially clones of people who are inside the loop. It seems that once someone dies or leaves the loop, they then get replaced with some kind of clone. And this whole idea actually kind of solves the whole Oro and Midas debate. For a while now, we've speculated on whether Midas and Oro were the same person or not, and there was evidence for both sides, but now there is a really strong theory that Midas is actually a snapshot of Oro. What if Oro was an ancient king who has been on the island for centuries, but somehow a snapshot was made of him, aka Midas? I mean, think about it. They both have the same scar on their right eye. They both have the power of the golden touch. I mean, not just that, but they're also both in the Midas' Revenge set. So, is it a coincidence? Donald Mustard himself is a big fan of giving us hints at the storyline and us not being able to put the pieces together until seasons later. So the snapshot theory also explains how we went from Oro to Midas to Shadow Midas and now Midas Rex. So basically what I'm trying to say is there's a lot of Midases and now we know why. I mean, Season 5 has only just started and it's answering a lot of questions we've had for a long time. And the theories don't even stop there, because one of the biggest characters in the entire Fortnite storyline will be returning. We have to talk about number 6, the 7. Anyways, in the Season 5 trailer, we learned a lot about the 0 Point, the Loop, John Jones, and the Imagined Order. But there was a name drop that made us forget all about that, when John Jones' boss says something pretty incredible over the phone.
My sub has steak.
My sub has bacon.
Now buy one sub, get 150% off in the app.
Hi. File a simple return for free, now with advice from a TurboTax Live expert.
Here's exactly what she says.
And do not draw the attention of the 7, Jones.
Finally, we have our first ever mention of the 7 in Chapter 2, and I know what you're thinking, Bushrangers tree carvings don't really count because that was just like a little nod or whatever. But with this name drop in the Season 5 trailer, it spawns the very likely theory that the 7 are probably gonna return this season. And I gotta say, out of all the theories on this list, it seems that this one has the highest chance of happening. I mean, with Epic purposely teasing the 7 and even going out of their way to tell us that John Jones didn't hear his boss say that, it seems too obvious. I'd say that we're definitely going to see the 0 point attract the attention of the 7 in the Season 5 live event, the very thing that Jonesy was told not to by his boss. And on the topic of his boss, let's move on to female Midas possibly being John Jones' boss. The identity of John Jones' boss has been a mystery ever since we heard him on the phone to her during the device event. We're still unsure if Janice from the event is the same woman we hear on the phone, but it seems very likely that it is. But who exactly is John Jones' boss? I mean, there's a few theories as to who she is and whether she's just a supervisor or the actual, owner of the imagined order. But what does she look like? Have we met her before? Are we ever gonna meet her? There is one theory out there that while I'm not personally convinced, it's still pretty interesting to discuss and talk about. What if John Jones' supervisor is actually female Midas? If you don't know anything about it, there's an upcoming skin for Season 5 that we've seen in a loading screen that looks to be a female counterpart for Midas. Midas is the only character in the game right now that is even close to having as many snapshots as Jonesy. It would also make sense as to why Midas keeps his memory and doesn't seem to be affected by the loop while everyone else around him is trapped. Although the evidence against this is that why would female Midas want to try and defy the storm and then also be the ones who stop Midas during the event? It's a fun theory to talk about, but I'm not entirely convinced just yet. What do you guys think? Who could be this mysterious Janice? We'll probably hear more about her in the future, but let's focus on the present. We have to talk about number 4, Lucky Landing returning. During John Jones tapes before Season 5 launch, we got a cool insight into every single Battle Pass skin. Jones left behind these logs of the hunters he was sent to find, and one of the tapes was about Condor, the vengeful spirit who will grant any wish for revenge. In the tape, we get a bit of info about him, and Jones mentions something about cherry blossoms. And I know it sounds a bit random, but then in the package that Epic Games actually sent us, which thank you Epic Games, there was actually a pack of cherry blossoms which is confirmed to be a hint at Condor. So what's the deal with all of this? I know it doesn't make any sense, let's talk about it. One theory based on all of this info is that Lucky Landing is coming back to the island. It's possible that Condor...
You're very special, kid. I've been quested to take you back to the Jedi.
Is originally from Lucky Landing and keeps talking about the cherry blossoms he remembers. It's also helpful to know that Condor right now in the map is exactly where Lucky Landing was in the Chapter 1 map. And I talked about that in the story video where I said I really do think that Lucky Landing will be merging with Misty Meadows. And with that said, I do think that more Chapter 1 locations will be merging. So with that said, what other old locations could return? We know that the map is going to change throughout Season 5, and we're likely going to see old POIs come back like Frenzy Farm, Snobby Shores, maybe even Paradise Palms. Turns out they're not the only things getting rifted onto the island. I can't wait to discuss every new bounty hunter coming to the island. So I mentioned earlier that we actually received a package from Epic Games, and it's true, we did. We were lucky enough to receive John Jones's actual backpack, which contained a letter and a list of items which Jones should use to convince more hunters to come with him. We're going to be seeing way more hunters brought in from across the metaverse as Season 5 progresses, and in fact, they've already started. Since the season began, we've already had both Kratos, Master Chief rifted on the island, and it doesn't stop there because Daryl and Michonne from The Walking Dead have also been brought here. But the teases on the list continue. We have sunglasses, which we think could be for the Terminator. Rations were likely for The Walking Dead. Hand wraps could be some kind of boxer or fighter, maybe somebody from like Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat. The mud mask or the necklace with a tooth could be for the Predator, and we also know that because of the tons of references, especially in Stealthy Stronghold. I mean, look at the crashed helicopter in a tree and the car generator, both are references to the Predator movie. I mean, you could even hear the Predator growl in one of John Jones's tapes. It's an open shut case. But now we need your help. We have these space bananas, which is very confusing, maybe Winston from Overwatch. And then we have the tokens. It's just hard to tell who these could belong to. At first I thought of John Wick, but he's already in Fortnite twice, so we need your help. Comment what you think these items are for. But anyways, coming in at number 2, we have the Tameable Wolves. So just before Season 5 release, Tabor Hill came out and dropped his traditional leaks video that always comes out right before a new season. In the past, he's been a super reliable source and has leaked things like the fishing book, the entire Party Royale mode, and a ton of Battle Pass skins. But for Season 5, he talked about something that we haven't actually seen in the game yet. Tabor mentioned that he heard something about some kind of chick skin, and we haven't seen anything like that. But nobody cares about the chick skin because his biggest leak was talking about tameable animals coming to Fortnite. NPCs that give you quests and loot is one thing, but Epic adding animals that roam the island and you could tame them with you? That sounds pretty game-changing. According to the leak, we'll see animals like wolves being tameable and could probably fight for us like the NPCs, or we could possibly...
Thanks to Temptations Parade, we're spending a lot more time together. A lot.
use them as vehicles if we wanted to ride around them or something. It sounds fun. The question is, will we see them in Season 5 or Season 6? Maybe even after that. Seems like a waiting game for now, but we did see the Dyer skin in the Kratos trailer, and it does seem odd that he would be fighting off wolves. Not exactly Kratos' thing. But anyways, moving on, it's time for our final theory. Coming in at number 1, we have John Jones' biggest secret revealed. At the end of Season 5, there's a theory that John Jones will actually have used his Rift device so much that it could possibly wear out and he'll become trapped on the FORTNITE island. It'd be a great setup to the live event and will make all the bounty hunters he's hired mean something. Imagine if him going overboard and hiring all these hunters is the reason he gets stranded in the loop and is stuck here with all the tortured snapshots that he actually trapped here in the first place. It'd be kind of a neat way for the story to go, and while there isn't much evidence out there, I think it's a nice theory and that's the whole point of Fortnite's storyline. But anyways, click on screen right now. This has been Tommy and you're watching Top 5 Gaming.
John Jones is planning to trap everyone on the island and Bunker Jonesy is dead. That's right, everyone. Grab your body paint and start growing out your crazy beards, because today we're deep diving into Fortnite theories. Some of these are pretty crazy. Like, is the entire Fortnite universe inside the mind of a Midas flopper? Okay, no, that's not a theory on our list. That one's a little too wacky, even for our taste. Still though, we got a bunch of great fan theories to go over with you today. You don't want to miss this one. Before we get started though, make sure to hit that subscribe button. It helps us out a ton and ensures you know when we make new videos. Oh, and click that bell while you're there. This is Newscape Games, your source for Fortnite news, leaks, ideas, and theories. Bunker Jonesy is dead. Okay, we're starting off with one of the newest theories, and it blows our minds. The beginning of the season saw the inclusion of NPCs all over the map, all with similar features. Well, except for one. We're referring to Bunker Jonesy. He's different for a few reasons, the biggest being he's translucent glowing blue and spouts crazy theories about the loop. We've speculated for a while what that could mean. Now, we believe we're closer to an answer. Another NPC, Ruckus, is found at the Hydro 16 dam near Slurpy Swamp. Kill him, and something interesting happens. Now, he doesn't just disappear. He blips out of existence momentarily, then coming right back. The real kicker? He's translucent and glowing blue! He also has new dialogue, stating, "First I'm eliminated, now I'm all glowy? What gives?" You can now talk to him while he's in this state. We know what you're thinking. This is all eerily similar to Bunker Jonesy. So what does this mean? We hate to say it, but Bunker Jonesy is dead. At least, that's our theory. How else can you explain Ruckus being eliminated and coming back in a similar state? If he is dead though, why is he still on the island? Again, we don't know, but we can only assume that answers will continue to slowly roll out. Perhaps the loop isn't fully functioning? This would make sense, since the 0 point is destabilizing. It's behind the island looping, so maybe only their souls remain? Time will tell with this one, but we believe this Ruckus Easter egg will have major implications to the main storyline. It's important to note that this was quickly patched out, but we believe this was because it was added on accident. We theorize it'll still be a feature in the game eventually. Exciting! Oh, and real quick, before we move on to the next crazy theory, could you give this video a thumbs up so we know you approve? Thank you, thank you. On to the next theory. Lexa and her brother. Next up, we're going over one of the bounty hunters of this season. It's Lexa, the anime girl robot. We have a few different things that pertain to her. First up is this Season 5 loading screen. In it, each character has their gaze set on the 0 point. It may not be a huge deal, but Lexa is the only one reaching her hand directly towards it. Everyone else either isn't or is doing so with their weapon. Again, maybe this means nothing, but it certainly makes Lexa stand out, indicating she has a greater importance in the storyline. Secondly, the release of the new skin, Orin. His description states, "On the hunt for his long-lost sister." Interesting. So Lexa and her brother have been separated. We can only assume it was Io who took her, and not at the beginning of the season. Orin is her long-lost brother, meaning they haven't seen each other in a while. We think Io kidnapped her years ago, so Lexa could know more about Io and Fortnite Island than any other bounty hunter. This theory is also complemented by Condor. If you visit him as Lexa, he has unique dialogue. He states, "There's something you're not telling us, isn't there, Lexa?" We don't know what they are, but Lexa is keeping some secrets. Maybe she knows how to escape the loop? That would make sense if she's been involved with Io in the past. What are you hiding, Lexa? We have to know! Are you here to stop us from exiting the loop? Or are you here to set us free? Whatever the case, we're curious to see how Lexa will be involved by the end of the season. John Jones's plans. Now let's talk about the big man himself, John Jones. We all know he's been sent to the island to stabilize the 0 point and stop others from going through it. He's also mentioned a Phase 2, but no one knows what that is. Well, we have a theory as to what it might be. Similar to Dusty Divot in Chapter 1 Season 4, John Jones is going to build a research facility surrounding the 0 point. This will include multiple small buildings and a large one surrounding the orb itself. Why do we think this? Honestly, it's pure speculation, but it seems pretty obvious. These research buildings and even vehicles have been a part of Fortnite for a while now. It's only now that we know it's the Imagined Order. Every other time these buildings were propped up was to study some anomaly happening on the island. In Chapter 1 Season 4, it was because a meteor crashed in the center of the map. The 0 point is a much bigger deal and will require much more research. Besides, if John Jones has any plan to stabilize that thing, he's going to have to build up to it. And no, we don't mean traditional Fortnite building. Jonesy is going to need actual buildings. We're also assuming IO guards will be posted all around the area. John Jones doesn't want you anywhere.
Need to send money internationally? Download the Western Union app. Available 24
near the 0 point. He's willing to kill you if you get too close. Once this phase begins, we imagine things will start to get real hectic. Hopefully this means the John Jones skin will be released into the game. It's been confirmed that the Predator is going to be the secret skin, so we're kinda scratching our heads as to when that's going to happen. We hope this means they're planning his release for something super important, like an entire season dedicated to IO. That would be amazing! If that were the case, we wouldn't just meet John Jones, but also the entire roster of Imagined Order employees. This includes the woman on the phone, other employees, and maybe even the person at the very top. Is that something you'd like to see? We know we would. We love the lore of Fortnite and love to finally see it at center stage. Regardless, we're excited to see how it plays out. What do you all think of this theory? Let us know in the comments down below. We're all snapshots. Okay, this next one is kind of just for fun, but we believe it to be true. As we've discussed many times before on this channel, John Jones is another copy in a long line of Jonesy copies. Each journey through the bridge creates another one. At this point, there's quite a few. The same goes for a lot of the characters in the game. Ramirez, for example. Prickly Patroller, Bright Bomber, and Dynamo, to name a few. If all of these characters are snapshots, wouldn't that mean, in theory, so are we? In other words, are the players of Fortnite snapshots themselves? Think about it. Each game of Fortnite is the start of a new loop. Every game includes the elimination of 99 players. Once you queue up another game though, your character is right back in the bus at the beginning of a new loop. To us, this can only mean that we're snapshots. On top of that, almost every game of Fortnite includes multiple people playing the same character. Every time a new skin is released, tons of people buy it. For this to be possible, every single one of them would have to be a snapshot. Or take Chapter 2 Season 4's end season event for example. If you played as Iron Man, how did Iron Man come rescue you? Yep, you're a snapshot. We're all snapshots. Like we said at the beginning, we understand this is a pretty silly theory. Still though, we think it holds some weight. The loop is a pretty meta idea, so to us it makes sense that we would be considered crucial to the lore of the game. Did anyone else get a sudden feeling of existential dread? I did. Moving on. Mystery items. This next one is pretty crazy, and we don't think a lot of people know about it. Apparently, multiple content creators have received mysterious props, each of which hint at future skins. Examples include this helmet, which turned out to represent Menace, this bottle of syrup for Mancake, and this bag of cherry blossom tea for Condor. There's still many that have been received that don't link to any released skin, and we want to know what they are. Like these hand wraps, for example. Could it mean we're getting a Rocky skin? Or potentially some other famous boxer? We certainly hope so. Or these space bananas. Is a monkey astronaut coming to the game? If so, that's hilarious, because we just made a concept art for a similar skin. If you want to see that and the other skins we made, go check out our video covering our fan-made Season 6 Battle Pass. Okay, back to theorizing. There's also this pair of sunglasses, which we really hope are teasing a future Terminator skin. Another item included is this ant farm. Does this mean we're actually gonna get Ant-Man in Fortnite? Donald Mustard, Chief Creative Officer at Epic Games, has stated Season 4 was not the end of Marvel in the game. Hopefully, we'll be getting him soon in Fortnite. The remaining items are tokens, a baseball bat, candy, and a scratcher. Honestly, we're not too sure what any of these could be. Maybe the baseball bat will be a Major League Baseball tie-in? That could make sense, since we have gotten an NFL pack in the past. The scratcher though? What could that possibly be referring to? Beats me. If you have any idea on what these props could mean, let us know. Okay, people, that's been 5 different Fortnite theories for Fortnite Chapter 2 Season 5. We're pretty confident in a lot of these ideas. But honestly, with Fortnite, who knows? The story continuously takes turns no one expects. And that might happen with this season. There's also a ton more theories out there that we didn't even touch on. Maybe we'll cover them in a future video as the season progresses. Regardless, we're excited to be a part of it, and we'll continue to document the story as it progresses. What did you all think of our theories? Did they completely miss the mark? Or do you think some of them could be true? Oh, and most importantly, what's your favorite fan theory of this season? Is there some huge lore theory that we completely missed? Whatever the case, let us know your thoughts in the comments down below. Also remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, click that bell so you never miss a video, and use code NewscapePro in the item shop. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. We'll see you in the next one.
Alright, what's up, guys? Alright. Pretty sure that was the last video anyway. Yeah, it was. GG's. Alright. So, guys, what I'm about to do is end this stream and then, like, immediately start another stream. So, we're going to play Fortnite and everything. So, make sure you have post notifications turned on. I'm going to go live again here in, like, not even 2 minutes. We're just going to immediately start back, guys. So, if you guys want to be in the stream, make sure to check out the channel. Alright.